What is up, everyone? I'm Justin with This Is Scary Wisconsin, joined by my best friend Gage and his girlfriend Jenna, who this round at Revenge
didn't black out
as much of a wimp. Yay! So let's talk about it. We went to Revenge to finish off our haunt season. We started the season with Revenge, and we finished the season with Revenge, which, as far as I'm concerned, any season where you're going to haunted houses, you start with the best, you end with the best. Boom. There's no better way to do it. Let's talk about it. Jenna, your thoughts on Revenge, your second time through, not burying your face in Gage's chest the entire time.
Well, when we got there, it looked pretty busy, and we were thinking, well, this might be a couple-hour wait. But
we wanted to get something to eat.
We were hungry.
Yeah. It's like, should we stay? Should we go? It's like, no, I want to do it again. Because last time, that first scare just seriously set the tone for the rest of it, and I was
you weren't having it.
I was uneasy the rest of the time, and I couldn't even pay attention. I'm like, I want to remember what everything was, because I forgot. Like, my mind just blanked at everything. So I wanted to go through it again, because I know it's a really good one. So I wanted to tough it out, and I actually led this one, which is pretty cool. But I remembered some of it, but there were other ones where it just really got me, or it was really scary. And it's a pretty good deal. And you have actors who are in line entertaining you while you're waiting. And really, they were pushing people pretty quickly, where we didn't wait that long.
What I thought was going to be a 2-hour wait ended up being a 45-minute wait.
Yeah.
Which, to
totally
be honest, with the actor interactions, chatting with some groups around us, and just, it was a really fun, festive atmosphere. It really didn't feel like it was 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, Jenna.
Yeah.
Before Gage and I get into it, let me ask you, first of all, Revenge Haunt, Sobieski, Wisconsin. Is it scary?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
And are you coming again with us next year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Gage, your thoughts on Revenge 2021, the end of the season.
Of the year.
So, I mean, this is when it's balls to the wall, crank to 11. I told the guy at the door, tell him to crank it to 11, safety's off, and he's like, they already did, don't worry. I'm like, well, shit, because I went alone.
Again, seeing that line, they booked that line quick.
They did. But you didn't really catch groups until the very end, if you did. And that's because the group in front of you had
a bunch of high school girls crying at every little thing, couldn't take a 2 steps to the life of them.
Yeah.
Great people, though. That being said, they really pushed that line, and the actors that were going through it, again, we know them on a personal level, which is much cooler. But I would believe, should we say their names? Is that okay? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just a clown guy wearing the clown helmet. Mask, the way he was laughing, and he just laughed. He didn't do anything. He
didn't even
laughed.
try to scare you. He just was
set that
obnoxious.
creepy atmosphere, which was great.
Yeah.
And the minor, M-I-N-E-R, by the way.
The guy the guy who works in the mine.
Yeah. Billy, I believe his name is.
Well, Billy.
Billy was inside. Jax was outside.
Oh, Jack. Yeah. Anyways. He was also working the line really well, and he wasn't wearing much at all, being in the absolute cold as it was. And I don't usually get cold, and I was shivering.
I love how he's just like, why are you wearing, you're wearing your jacket wrong. I'm looking at him like, bro, you're wearing your only shirt wrong.
That being said, they really pushed us through there with some great entertainment going into the haunt. Let me go ahead and say when we went for our practice run, they straight up said to us, like, hey, if you thought this was scary, you got to come later in the season when we have more people coming and stuff. And let me tell you what, oh my God, they were right. They had a lot more actors and stuff like that. They definitely had some scares that I didn't even see last time, and they were parts where they were slow. They pulled from and added to the extreme parts when we went again. Yeah. So, it was scary. Again, they mainly went for her, and I'm fine with that because I want her to experience it. I already did.
Yeah. You've experienced it, 4 times now this year? 3 times this year?
About, yep. Yeah. So, I'm glad I had the opportunity to go again. And again, I can't iterate enough. It's always a new haunt every time. So make sure you go again every year because it's always new.
So, Gage, finish your thoughts for us on Revenge Haunt in Sobieski, Wisconsin. First of all, did you have fun?
Yes.
Was it a good experience?
It was definitely a fun experience. It was more scary than it was fun. I would say, honestly, I was about to give a medium fun rating. That's not true. That was definitely a high fun rating as well as a extremely high scary rating.
Which is, I mean, it's rare, I think, that we get both so high, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool to hear, especially from you, because you're a little bit more critical sometimes.
Yeah, I like how we trade that back and forth. You're a little critical.
Yeah, bro, right. You've been a little critical. Well, let me just say, I walked into Revenge Haunt alone, and it wasn't scary. Bro, it sucked.
After hitting every haunted house with almost high ratings, which they deserve.
Bro, Revenge Haunt Sobieski is shit. I'm never going back, bro. Terrible experience, 0 out of 10. All right, now let's get to the actual review. So I walked through Revenge for the first time in my 34-year existence alone on what I would consider to be, first of all, their best performance they've ever put on. Second of all, the scariest performance they've ever put on. I knew sort of what to expect, because I'd been through it 3 times this year. But there were multiple scares that really got me because of the way they switched things up. You guys were probably 1.5 to 2 rooms ahead of me, so I could hear certain things going on, and I'm like...
We heard the group ahead of us
as well. And I'm like, what the hell am I coming to? What the shit is this? Like, because I heard sparking in one, and I'm just like, they didn't have that. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. So they get me into the first room, decontamination chamber, boom, window drops down, 2-3 actors in my fucking face.
They only had one.
It was
Tony only came up to us.
They cranked it, dude.
Oh my god.
It was wild. They opened the door and I'm like, all right, if I get kicked out for this, I don't care. I'm like, let's fucking go! Dude gets me in the first room. Fist bump, sets a great tone. They're not too good to interact with the customers. And I love that. Some haunts, it's like, I can't touch you. And it's like, okay, whatever. Then don't fist bump me. I don't care. So, set a perfect tone for the haunt. The actors who knew us, or the actors, that were in the rooms, that we're used to seeing, the interactions were there. The very personal interactions. It was just me going through. And I was like counting, like, oh, you leave this door open now. Well, this is what happens when you leave doors open. You get creeps like you in here. And I just go through, boom, jump scare, boom, jump scare. Like, it was really, really cool. And I know I was kind of gushing afterwards, and I'm kind of gushing now, because part of me is like, just give it a 10. Because that's how I felt when I walked out of there. I felt like it was the best haunted house experience I had all season.
Especially going alone. So
yeah. It was a very... there were some moments that were very in your face, and there were actually a few of the actors. They know who they are. Where I'm like, I walk into the room and I'm just shouting at them. I'm like, don't you come out of there. Don't you come out of there. You do not, you stay in there. And they know who they are. It was my favorite room. It's my favorite actor. And just comes and like freaking barricades me against the wall. And I'm like, yes, it was awesome. And I was, were I a lesser man? Oh, there's a lesser man than me. There's a lesser man than me. Were I a lesser man, I probably would have really lost my shit in there. It was very, very well done.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed my experience at Revenge Haunt. Honestly, I have to put it at that, like, 9.85 range. Kind of like I did with Scare USA.
Yeah.
I have to really put it at that, like, top tier. I don't know if we're quite at that 10 level yet. But they're probably the closest thing. That performance last night at Revenge was probably the closest thing I've ever seen to a 10. It was just fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed my time. The $20 ticket price is more than worth it. If you are looking for a fun and scary haunted house to go to, like, okay, first of all, let me ask you a question.
Let's plot a route for these
because I got like 2 seconds here, and then we got a bill. But I got to ask you something. If you're going to a haunted house, aren't you going to get scared and to have fun?
Yeah.
You're not going to... I don't want to do this.
As soon as you get right up to it,
I don't want
don't
to
be
do
that
this.
person.
Yeah, like, dude, like, you're going to get scared. Well, my friends made me go. Well, don't go in the first place then. If you don't want to go, don't go. right? Like, just stay home. Don't be a pill about it. I see a lot of that in the different lines at the haunts, and I'm like, why are people doing this? And Revenge is one that does not care. They are not going to hold your hand. Oh, it'll be okay. We'll take it easy on you. They're in your face. They're scaring you. They're moving you to the next room, and they're scaring you again, and I love that.
Yep. I would have to give this rating a 9.5.
Nice. That's tough to get from you.
I almost gave it a 10. Unfortunately, I felt like some dull parts with a few actors. That's what really kind of set me apart from giving it a 10. I don't want to give out any who I think it is. I just feel like it could have been done a bit better.
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it could have been done better.
That's the only thing that's holding me back with the 10. But it was, for how much they had, they really been firing on all cylinders besides a few misfires. But hey, you're not going to get 100% performance out of everyone. So, and I totally get that was a long night for them, some of them. Yeah. That being said, 9.5 MVP actor would have to be our man at the white clown mask, Tony. He's got to be my MVP actor. Jenna?
Yes, Tony, guy going around in the line, the laughter, great spirit.
Great scare.
Yes.
I'm not going to...
And not too good to take pictures with people either.
Right, yeah, very cool. I also like the girl in that one hallway. She knows who she is.
She's a creeper.
Yes.
I came around the corner. I'm like, don't do it. I'm like, don't you do it. I'm like, don't you do it. And don't you walk towards me. Don't you walk towards me. Don't you follow me out of this room.
Rating? Jen?
Oh, high 9.
High 9?
Yeah.
Nice. MVP actor, the rat dude behind the cage.
Rat dude.
The one that breaks the little part and comes at you. Oh. You know who that is? That's biting at the metal pieces. Was he not there for you?
Jackal?
The tall thing. The big tall thing.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
is
he was
he
like
the
an
one
owl.
where like Justin's coming, go get him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Justice coming, go get him.
That's what I told. That's why I said, you stay in. Don't you come out here. And I mean, dude, like, he comes like right in your face. And I'm just like, yep, you're the best. Get away from me.
It's so tall. It adds to the creep factor. It's great.
When you have to look up at some guy, that's when I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Go get Justin. He's tall.
Yeah, it was wonderful. The big, tall, jackal-looking thing behind the cage, MVP actor for me. 9.85 for me. Very, very high praise for Revenge Haunt. And honestly, hey, quick preview. Next season, it's season 6. 666. Dude, I'm really looking forward to that.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So, you guys, I think there's one question they got to know, Gage.
Quick throw out there. Hey, just because the season's ending, do not unsubscribe from us. We do have a awards.
Just
video
go
coming
take
up.
your mouse and go over and click that red unsubscribe button. Do yourself a favor, actually.
Make sure you click the bell and like. Oh, we're not going to do that. Just be mindful that we are having an awards video coming up. But that being said, is it scary, Wisconsin?
You tell us your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed our breakdown and discussion here for Revenge Haunt at the Chase Stone Barn in Sobieski. And we'll see you right here next time. Good night, everybody.